Hello everybody, this is toysareruss, and for this special figure showcase and review we're going to be looking at this little guy here. This is the Transformers Trumpeter model kit Bumblebee movie Wheeljack figure. So what we're going to do, we're going to compare him with the original Studio Series version. We're going to see how he looks and fares with Starscream, again from the same toy line and indeed same movie, and of course we'll show you how articulate he is and all of the things that came in the packaging as well. So before we get started, I'd like to remind anybody who's not subscribed to the channel, if I'd hit that subscribe button for me now please, because it really will help me out, and also to thank Shozy, because that's where I got this from and they got it to me quickly and safely. Before we look at the actual figure, we need to look at the packaging, and if you're unfamiliar with this brand, as you can see there, it does say Trumpeter, and they are officially authentic licensed products by Hasbro to do exactly what we can see: make brilliant screen representation, figures, model kits in this particular case, of the people who we know and love. So they haven't got to use any fake names, and as you can see in a second, it's a very good representation of the character. Now this was all the parts which it came, but as you can see I've already built them up. There's some parts left over which I'll show you in a second, and to be honest it says happy assembly in an hour, and I did it in way less than that, in honesty. Right, let's zoom in. I just wanted to get that across because it's not that difficult. It is a smaller kit than your YOLO Park. Some of the parts are that little bit smaller, but even me with my stubby fingers etc, I didn't really struggle at all. So I just want to say that's the main reason why I want to get that across. Here's the instructions, which again, look at that, it's beautiful. So again, dead easy to follow. You can see it goes like a bit of, like a comic actually. What I mean by that is, in fact, if I just show you, it's easy. So instead of just going left to right, it goes down and around, etc, etc. So again, quite easy to follow, to be honest. And we've got a stand, which I'm not going to be building in this particular video, and you also do build up his weapon accessory. So they are the parts for the stand. Of course, we don't need the Decepticon logo. He's also got some spare fists, some spare hands, which again are as simple as just popping on and off, which you can do with pretty much all figures. Blockies, oldie, loads of things. 3-0 do that. So all these officially licensed products, there's the other base as well, are giving us the options, because they don't transform, of how we want to display them. And it's very interesting that you notice that, as I say, all the figures that are licensed, apart from Robosen obviously, before anybody beats me to it, all the figures that are licensed by Hasbro and Takara don't tend to actually transform. Here's the figure itself though, and again it is a brilliant screen representation, even though we didn't get to see him for anywhere near as long as we wanted to, of Wheeljack in the beginning of the Bumblebee movie. The head sculpt is great. It will look all the way around. It's pretty much got light piping as well, which you can tell, and you can shine through there. I'll see if I can get it to work. Usually it doesn't work with the fact that I've got obviously the light above it, but you can sort of make out behind his wings on his head that it will work. So that'll look up and down. The arms have this ball and socket, which you get near enough this T if you just move it, and the shoulder pads up, you can see there. Shoulder pads are on their own independent ball and socket as well, which is brilliant. You can rotate these all the way around. You can spin at the bicep, flex at the bicep, and as you've seen, we can actually take the hands or the fists off, so you've got full articulation there. Waist, there is a swivel at the top, which again completely surprised me. I was going to say there's not, because I built it up and didn't think that there would be one with that torso, but there actually is. The ab crunch isn't really one, but it's just him bending over. Legs will do pretty much the same as the arms. They'll kick up, they'll kick back. They're slightly restricted going out to the side due to that part on the top of the thigh, but again, fully loaded, fully articulate, even in the knees, and again, they just look really, really good. These are smaller than some of the other kits that I've built and, you know, played around with. For example, let me just grab a classic class blocky. So there's your Megatron from the 2007 movie, which you can see is quite a bit bigger. Now, I think the reason why they do this, and it's really obvious as soon as I say it, is they tend to scale with their own products. So it's really obvious. You tend to just buy their own products. So, yeah, if you wanted to put these with blockies, then by the looks of it, unfortunately, it's not going to scale. It'll scale with the normal Galaxy ones, but of course they're more chibi, whereas this is a much better, much more detailed screen representation. It won't really scale with the Studio Series either, because as you can see, he's very, very small. Is he as big as a core class? Optimus is about to do the splits. Let's have a look. Bigger than a core class, not as big as a deluxe, so that's interesting to see. This is a small deluxe. Is he still? Yeah, the small deluxe is still bigger than him. He's bigger than a G1 Minibot though. I'd just like to bring in a few figures just to give you an idea, as I say, of scale and size. He's also, this is a new age third-party figure. He's bigger than that, actually, so I don't think you put them together to scale anyhow. So very quickly, I'm going to keep them there, and what I'm going to also do is just bring in some other figures to give you an idea of how big he is. Tiny compared to Studio Series Optimus Prime, to be honest. Now, of course, he doesn't transform. He is a kit. You do build him up, and that's pretty much all there is to say about him. He's a great representation of Wheeljack. They do lots of other, I've reviewed Optimus Prime and Starscream, and of course they do lots of other figures because they do have the license. I would expect to see many more, and there has been more of these particular figures released. So let me know what you think of them in the comments, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care.